And we just started chat GPT and all the stats you can possibly think about. And so like, okay, how many real estate agents are there in the US? Well, there's 1.6 million. Great. How many business brokers? 9,000. And I was like, wait, that can't be like in Texas, like in Austin? No, in all of the US. And so then we started going just down that rabbit hole of all that. And it honestly it was really one of those too good to be true kind of moments of where like, why isn't everyone doing this?
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Real Estate Pros Podcast. I'm your host, Erica, and today I'm joined by Travis Helmig of BizBroker. He is shaking things up in the real estate and business brokerage world. It's awesome to have you on the show, Travis.
Thank you very much for having me. I appreciate it. How are you doing, Erica?
I'm doing great, and
Good.
I'm really excited about what we're going to talk about today because you know what you're doing is a little bit different, and I see that as a strength and an amazing opportunity for our listeners. So, first, Travis, can you share more about your story, how you got
Yeah.
involved in real estate, how you found business brokering?
Yeah, actually, I've been a real estate agent for about 10 years and was doing the grind. Obviously the market's amazing right now. So, everyone's just loving this market. So, I think last year, it was about a year and a half ago, I actually had a client. It was really funny because I had a client and we were closing on a home in Houston, and you're having these conversations. I was like, so, you're buying this $1 million home. Like, what do you do for a living? She's like, oh, I'm a business broker. And I've been in the business for 10 years. And I was like, I have no idea what that is. Like, what do? You like sell pizza shops? Like, what do you do? And so it was literally a 9-month conversation of her being like, you should look into this. And so I was doing my own research on it. But the stats were overwhelming. And so eventually me and my business partner, we actually drove to Houston. It was so funny because we drove to Houston going, okay, we're going to go take this course. And we kind of overtook the course. There was like 5 people in it, 5 or 6 people. And we were like, okay, I got to do this in a day. It was a 2-day course and everyone left and we basically just stayed all night and we're like talking about it. And so we're like, this opportunity is absolutely insane. And so the cool part is we started driving back home from Houston. I live in Austin, Texas. So we had a good drive. It was about 3 hours. And we just started chat GPT and all the stats you can possibly think about. And so like, okay, how many real estate agents are there in the US? Well, there's 1.6 million. Great. How many business brokers? 9,000. And I was like, wait, that can't be like in Texas, like in Austin? No, in all of the US. And so then we started going just down that rabbit hole of all that. And it honestly it was really one of those too good to be true kind of moments of where like, why isn't everyone doing this?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
I mean, we realized later on why everyone, because it's not super easy. It's got a learning curve, but that's where we kind of took off. And then we created BizBroker Plus, which basically we are a Main Street only business brokering firm. And we help small businesses. So, 5 million and below. And so the reason that we do that, yeah, I would love to take a more than 5 million, but we're really trying to stay within our niche and help the people at Main Street, because there was over 500,000 small businesses that closed last year. And so they didn't have to. There's so many people that are looking to buy a business. And so we felt that there was such a great opportunity just to help local businesses. I mean, I'm a real estate agent, so I'm local, right? So that's who we deal with. So, mom and pop shops, auto, pizza shops, coffee shops, anything you can think of it. If it's a local businesses, that's who we help. So about a year and a half, we're about, currently today, we have about $1.5 million in pending commissions, because the commission amount is 15% commission. So that was the other eye-opening, is that, real estate, you're technically making about 3% commission. And so you're making 15% commission on a deal. And so, you do $1 million deal, you're making 150 grand on that. And usually you're running both sides, so the buyer and the seller side. So I'm telling you, the opportunities for us just kind of hit us in the face, and we were like 100 miles an hour at that point. And so now we're in 7 states. We have about 20 brokers, and we're just loving this space because we're helping so many local business owners that otherwise wouldn't have anyone in their corner.
Yeah. Yeah, wow. That's a quite a journey. And I know you said a lot of people aren't, that familiar with
Yeah.
business brokering. So, when you're working with someone, whether it's a buyer or a seller, what kind of misconceptions are you usually seeing as you're, working on these deals?
Um, with a buyer and seller, you know, I think with sellers, I don't think there's I would hard to say like misconceptions. I think what sellers, the challenge that we've seen with sellers so much is that, especially I would say for sell by owner, because they feel like they have to, because they don't have anyone else out there to support them. So they feel like it's a lot, oh, you just got to list your business. But it's like this. It's like, if this was the real estate side of it, this would be the equivalent. If you wanted to sell your own house, but yet you had a full-time house of, bed and breakfast, people were there all day long and you had to perform, but yet you still had to sell your house at the same time. So with a business, you actually have to continue to work in your business while selling it. And that becomes the most challenging thing for them, because one side has to give. So, you're not going to either have the resources to do it. You're not going to have the time to call the people back. They're going to ask a lot of questions. You have to have good documents. And so what we found is that many of the for sale by owners that we've actually brought on, when we called them, they were like, "Oh, thank you, Jesus," because they were done. Like, they could not do it themselves, and they were pulling their hair out. And so, so I would say, I'm not going to say this because I'm in real estate. This would be really bad if I said this, but that you should never not hire a real estate agent. I'm going to put that clear. You should hire a real estate agent every time. But to sell your house is so much easier by yourself than to sell a business by yourself. It's way more complicated. And I would say that the sad part is there are a lot of sellers and business owners that are like, "Oh, I have no one to help." So they're forced to do it. Real estate, you're not really forced to sell your own house. There's a million real estate agents. Just go throw a rock, you'll hit one, right? But I think the misconception, just to go back, is that selling businesses is not easy, but there's nobody there to help them. So if you're a business owner and you're ever thinking about selling, 70% of all business owners, this is a stat that actually just came out this year, 70% of all local business owners do not have an exit strategy. So that means you don't have anything in place. You have no idea what you're doing. And then they want to go sell their business. And then you're going to have a million questions by a buyer that's wanting to sell it. And they're just going to walk away because you can't answer all those questions because you're not prepared to do it. So I think the biggest thing is it's for sellers, please get help, and someone's out there to help you. So you don't have to do it alone.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
Yeah. Yeah. If someone is thinking about exiting their business, where should they start? Being a broker, do you try to
Yeah.
get involved early in the process, or is there some homework that they need to do before it makes sense?
Yeah, that's such a great question. Because you don't want to wait. For one, getting your exit strategy is really preparing your business currently today to actually succeed. So when we say exit strategy, it's not just, oh, what's your valuation? It's really getting your standard operating procedures in place. I always call it your business in a box. Like what a buyer wants is everything that you have handed over to them and saying, here is everything. But what happens is nothing, they have no systems, they have no operations, they don't even know the passcodes to their own systems that they're using. And so the first step is, if you are thinking about selling at any point, sit down with an exit strategy. So business brokers are going to be the people that are going to actually, what we do is we're going to put it up for sale. But we do, and I help people with this all the time, as far as just doing exit strategy, opposed to just wanting to sell it. So if you do need, and you're like, hey, in the next 2 or 3 years, or even the next 5 years, or if you're like, hey, eventually I do want to sell, where should I start? You can contact us at bizbrokerplus.com, and we can set you up with an exit strategy. And they're not going to try, the nice thing about this, they're not going to try to get you to sell your business. That's not their job. So you think of like a surgeon wants to cut, right? A business broker wants to broker a deal, right? Exit strategy people want to say, hey, we want to prep your business. They're not going to be focused on marketing your business for sale. They're not going to be focused on, they're going to say, hey, listen, we want to get your business. And how does that help you today? Well, it's going to help a business owner, because if you have systems and processes that you never had, and you have all of this clear cut. I worked with somebody this last week. They've been in business for 3 years, and they don't even have core values. So they don't even know what their business stands for. And so it's little things like that, which, how are you going to articulate it to a new employee? Hey, here's what we stand for. So it's really kind of getting to the point that we can actually make a business in a box that eventually, when you do want to sell, then it's just calling us and say, hey, I think I'm ready to sell. And then you're like, cool, we already have everything dialed in. And then you can imagine if you went to business A and they didn't have that, and then you went to business B that had everything dialed in, and you're going to put a dollar amount on that, which one would you pay more for? I mean, it's pretty obvious. You'd pay the one that all you have to do is step through the doors and then follow a checklist, and it's all done for you. So we deal with that all the time. So if anybody ever needs that, we love helping with exit strategy, but it won't be a business broker. It's a completely separate step. But you guys can reach out to us. So our goal is to help local businesses.
That's really great for, the agents who are interested in adding being a business brokerage to their services. What's the first thing that they should know?
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
It's different. So we've walked through this. Being a real estate agent, I was a mortgage lender also. So I say that saying that I worked with numbers, my P&Ls. You work with companies to try to figure out, somebody that owns a company and wants to buy a house. You're looking at those documents, making sure that they can qualify, right? That's what you're looking at. So it's you can shift and move to that. So I always like to say the difference in a business broker and a real estate agent is real estate agents focus on square foot price and we focus on profit. And so those are two completely different things that you have to be able to understand. So there's a learning curve when it comes to becoming a business broker. Now, I'll tell you, you can do it. We train people. We have a Main Street business brokering certification, and we have teams that you can jump on that will guide you and mentors that can teach you. So if that's something that you want to do, that you can totally do that. The one thing I would say is what we see with a lot of real estate agents is not so much becoming a business broker. Yeah, the 15% commission is looks really nice, but there's a lot of work that goes into that, is to being able to do that confidently. So a lot of our real estate agents that we know just become referral agents, and we basically teach them how to say one more question. That's what we say. So, and I was really surprised because I actually have a couple of daycares that are about ready to go on the market, a couple other businesses that we've helped buyers and sellers with that were my clients from the past that I didn't even talk about. I was like, oh, cool, you own a daycare. That's really great. And then end a conversation, because I didn't know what's the next step. So we really like to give everyone the next step. And I like to call it's one more question can make you $20,000 or more, because we give 20% referral fee out. So it's really easy. If you go to a listing appointment and you're having the conversation, which we all do, why are you selling? I'm going to retire. Great. Where are you all going? Well, we're moving to Florida because that's closer to family. We're moving to the beach, whatever it is. Then the next question, so what'd you do for a living? And then they say any business, bakery, coffee shop, anything that you can think of. One question is, well, what are you doing with that business since you're retiring or since you're moving? And then you just hand it over to us. You can go to BizBrokerPlus.com. You put in you'll see referral agent right at the navigation. You put their information, your information, and we will always call you first, because we want to know the most about your client and we want to know you. And so that all right there can earn you 20%. So if it's $1 million transaction, that's $150,000, 20% of that, it's a lot of money. Okay. You're making a lot of money off of that. So equivalent is you're basically, to sell a $500,000, $600,000 house, you'll earn the same amount of commission just by sending that lead over, which is crazy. So I would say, if you really want to be a business broker, we'll help you. We'll guide you. We have mentors. We can do that. But if you're like, I think this is really great and I have clients, and just that one more question can, even if you did a couple a year, you imagine, 40, 60, 80, $100,000 extra a year just by referring them out. Then a lot of people, I would say a lot of real estate agents just do that, especially the high producing ones. We have, some agents that are getting started that are like, hey, I really just want to jump into, but if you're doing really well in real estate, I tell people all this time, I have a couple of real estate agents that have been, they're closing 40, 50 deals a year. Like, oh, I think I want to dive into business broker. And I'm like, do not do that. Your business is doing so great. Don't change gears, because you really have to take this on full time. It's a huge learning curve. And so I would say, hey, listen, when your business starts collapsing, come over here. But until then, just refer us business. And that's worked so great just by asking that one more question.
Yeah, yeah, that's been awesome. And all the information here that you've shared has been so great and helpful, Travis. For our listeners here who want to connect, reach out, learn more, what's the best way for them to reach you?
Yeah, the best way to reach us is really just to go to bizbrokerplus.com and check out. We have a lot of resources. So even if you're kind of, hey, I just want to learn more about it, we have so many resources there. If you want to connect with us and you want to learn more about potentially being a business broker, you can just put join the team. You fill out the form. We'll reach out to you and we'll basically kind of do an interview and just ask you kind of and let you know the whole. We want to give you the landscape of what it looks like to be a business broker and see if it's a good fit. Happens all the time. And then we have some real estate agents go, actually, no, I don't want to do that. Sounds like a lot. And then we say, cool, let's set you up with our referral program. And you can do that. And we do like live videos and live coaching and things like that we always tell real estate agents, hey, come, just learn
Yeah.
a little bit. Just come and just listen to the conversations. Because for one, selling businesses are awesome because you get totally different businesses. Because you got to think, selling something like a product is different than selling coffee. Selling an automotive shop is going to be different than selling a liquor store, right? They're completely different. So it's not apples to apples. It's usually apples to oranges in almost there's so many different niches. So if you're wanting to learn more, I would just go to bizbrokerplus.com. You can get all the information. Come join us on one of our meetups and just learn kind of what's going on in the business realm. And then you can kind of take it from there. I mean, knowledge is power. And that's our goal for business owners and for real estate agents or anyone that's thinking about, becoming a business broker or learning more about it.
Yeah. Well, Travis, you're clearly building something that's just not about doing those deals. You're looking to really impact others through these businesses. Thanks so much for being here and sharing your journey with us.
Yeah, thanks, Eric. I appreciate having it. We'll have to do it again sometime.
Yeah. And for our listeners, if you got value from this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to the Real Estate Pros podcast. We've got more conversations lined up with pros like Travis who are out there building fantastic businesses. We'll see you on the next episode.
Thanks for joining us for today's Real Estate Pros Show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing for your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. If you're interested in joining us as a guest of this show, please visit investorfuel.com/pros to apply. You can also check the show notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and much more. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. Have a great day. We'll see you on the next show.